This is Carlos Carmona, and today I'm chatting with Lori Bertelli from the 280 Blue PR team. And we wanted to share with you some of the best practices that you can use to rock your next virtual media interview. So, Lori, just top line, what are some things that we have to keep in mind these days?
Yeah, so today, with COVID-19, we've all been in our homes, working from home for the past 3 months. We're doing many things online, meetings with colleagues, meetings with customers, as well as doing media interviews. So there are a few quick tips that we wanted to share. I think the first one would be to find a quiet place. I know, as we said, we're home with family members, pets, and other interruptions that just come with daily life. So if you know that you're preparing for an interview or a meeting, whatever, what have you, it's important to find that quiet place. And along with that, let your family know, that you will be on camera doing an interview, and hopefully that can help cut down on some of the interruptions that are normally going to happen. Important to remember, though, if you're doing the interview, it's live, whatever, and something does happen, there's always a fix. You can stop it. Editors, if it's not live, can edit, of course. So, it's not the end of the world. There are ways to fix it. So don't lose your composure and freak out. Just remember, just say cut, start it over, and deal with anything that comes along.
No, that's really good. Like, you want to be able to keep your cool when your cat ambles across your screen, but yes.
Exactly.
What else should I keep in mind just as I prepare for interviews?
Yeah, I think it's important to remember, again, we're working from home, so we have those interruptions. We have phones ringing, we have family members, we have alarms going off. Prepare yourself, put yourself in the best position and mute all of the things that you can control, like Slack alerts, email alerts, phone alerts. I think it's a good idea just to keep all of those apps turned off if you're doing an interview, and that will cut down on those distractions.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So one thing that I've noticed as I'm participating in interviews, I spend a lot of time kind of looking at myself on screen just to make sure I look okay and I'm presenting well. Do you have any tips about how to manage that?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's important to in addition, let's start with lighting. So if you have a source that's in front of you, that's better. Natural light is always better. If you can't get that, a window right beside you or in front of you, you turn the lights on, but look out for lights behind you, as that creates a shadow, and you definitely don't want the effect of an interrogation. So just, test that out and try to get the lighting in front of you. That'll be helpful.
Great. And as we've been talking, we're doing a lot of this at home now. So, usually we're doing the whole comfortable dressing thing. Is that something that we can continue on when we're having an interview? I mean, is it advisable to kind of spice it up?
Yeah, exactly. I would try to spice it up and, pretend as if you're going to an interview, a job interview, and we would dress up normally for that. It doesn't mean you have to be in a suit and tie, but I would, think about your startup culture or your company culture. If you are business casual, typically go with that. Just do that. Take that extra time to look in the mirror, make sure you're groomed, and you're putting your best foot forward, because it is something that will, as we've said, either be live or the video recording will live somewhere. So you want to make sure that you're looking your best. It's important, as we tell people that we're prepping for broadcast interviews, not to wear busy patterns. It's best to have solids. Cut down on the jewelry if you're a jewelry wearer, just minimize, edit yourself. But again, you don't have to be suit and tie. Just, I would put my best foot forward and make sure you're looking and feeling your best, because that will transfer, our energy level and the way we look and feel all goes together.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, one question that other than looking at myself to see how I look on camera, where should I be looking? Should I be looking at the speaker, at the camera?
Yeah, it's okay to, I think it's more natural when you look at the camera, you also look at the person you're talking to. You may be reading notes, you may be looking at different prompts. So that's all fine. I just think it's important to remember, look in a few different places and hold your body still. It's a natural human tendency. As we get excited, if that adrenaline is pumping, we know that we're on. Sometimes the body movements will start. If you're a hand gesture, that can come across funky on the camera, so try to keep your hands down. I know that's an issue for me. I talk with my hands, so when I'm doing a camera interview like right now, I just put them under the desk and make sure I hold them steady.
Great. Good to know. Any last tips before we sign off?
Yeah, I think it's important. We talked about lighting, we talked about prepping your family so that you can try to minimize those interruptions. I think it's important to do a test run maybe the night before. If that's not possible, the hour before, just turn on all the technology. Remember to cut all of the alerts with interruptive apps that we're all using, and then just see what you look like on camera. And then you can make those adjustments before the interviewer joins you and you're really on. So you have time to kind of get yourself calm, get your tech prepped, and be ready for the interview.
Great. Thank you, Lori. Those are all super great tips. And there you have it, folks. How to rock your next media interview video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with some more tips in our video channel soon.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Bye.